Well, there are two things I have to tell you all. One, I'm at Dark Shadow Space, so slam me using it again. And two, of all the Michael Bay movies that I've seen, especially with the all four Transformer movies, I did say before when I went to see Transformers the last night, and I got 5 words for you, Bay. You son of a bitch. Let's get on with the review. Pisses me off.
What you want? Come on. Come on.
Hey guys, this is P.M.R.Bonez88. And as you can tell, yeah, the quality is quietly different because I'm back using my laptop again because my camera is acting up very strange and somehow it keeps losing power so fast. So I'm back to use this laptop once again, folks. So this is only temporary for now until I find another camera or I get this camera fixed. But none than that, during the weekend I went to the movies in theaters and I saw was Transformers the Last Night. Of course. Directed by Michael Bay once more, and this is his last time directing this film, and thank God, hallelujah. No more. Because ever since with the sequels, it went downhill. I mean, the first one wasn't too bad. It had a good storyline, but in which the Transformers were quietly different with the Autobots and the Decepticons, and I kind of felt that they were becoming secondary characters instead of the main ones. The only true Transformer ever was the animated movie, in which I have it on Blu-ray. That's the true Transformer film. Unlike with the Michael Bays, they were alright, and I felt very disappointed at times. I mean, like Revenge of the Fallen, it was sort of a mess. Dark of the Moon wasn't too bad. We at least get to see the Transformer characters much more and in action. And with Age of Extinction, I think they kind of went back to the drawing board. It was the same as Revenge of the Fallen, but I did review it before, so if you guys haven't seen it, the link is up below. So once again, Mark Wahlberg returns, and including other characters from the previous Transformer films, they return as well. And especially with Anthony Hopkins, he starred in this film. When I saw it the last night, and frankly it was supposed to be the biggest finale ever, but it yet turned out to be a big disappointment. It's just seeing that with all the Transformers in battle and this big huge epic finale and everything that was happening, and I did saw it in 3D, yet I was just very disappointed when I got out in theaters. Michael Bay always does best is just explosive that's happening. So technically the movie starts out in the very beginning with this time Anthony Hopkins narrating this movie instead of Optimus Prime. So it turns out that we go back in time, and with mythology that the Transformers have been on Earth for the longest time, probably during the Middle Age and the 40s, 30s, 60s, and we do see familiar Transformers in the pictures from either in Japan or in German, anywhere else. They were all over the place. So Optimus Prime, yes, he left, but now he's turned evil thanks to one of the creators named Quintessina or Quintessa. I can't pronounce her name. So eventually, yes, Optimus is evil, but we barely see him because he barely has screening time almost up till the ending. So more likely we just see it's just Cade Yeager just being the fugitive and protecting the Autobots from the governor and the soldiers that are bounty hunters that are hunting them down. Still, Megatron. Now, the design of him, I really liked it. It almost looks like the original G1. They took some designs from the G1, and finally he has his fusion cannon attaching to his arm, and he looks pretty badass. And with the sword, that makes him even more of a badass. And as for Anthony Hopkins, being this relaxing gentleman, but he does technically have to learn to be a badass, and the way he just said, dude. Now that's what you call a badass right there. So now we eventually have some other adding cast members, including with this little girl named Isabella. She's only there just for the beginning, and then throughout almost the whole movie she's barely in it, and up to the ending she's like only there just for the action, but she doesn't really put too much of a fight. So what's the point of having a character that's only going to be there just for a short time and then return up to the very ending of it? That's like a waste. And of course we always have to have a comical sidekick in it. And but this comical sidekick is the familiar actor, because he is definitely from Neighbors Parts 1 and 2. I just realized it. You take away the sun, you can take away the glasses, and that's him. That's the same black dude from the Neighbors franchise. Surprisingly that John Turturro to return to play as Agent Simmons, but he doesn't really do anything. All he is, he's just on the phone and just like reading about the mythologies, about the Transformers and what is going to happen. That's all he ever does. That's what he's best at. It's just too bad. I wish he wouldn't just like be part of the action. That would have been very good for him. There was also about Tyrese Gibson going to be in The Last Night, but he barely has screening time. I think it was because due to the issue that he had another filming that he was doing, which was Furious 6. So we kind of barely see him. We do see him just only for a brief moment, like one scene, and that's just it. So most likely this film is just practically not really the best Transformer movie. Again, having was calling it The Last Night, there was like a couple of scenes such as Katie Yeager. He barely does action. He does what? Like shoots a sentinel, just a couple of sentinels, and that's it. And he saves a couple of kids. Most likely he's just sitting there just helping with the Autobots, just running and just not doing anything much. The only big climactic scene is fight between Optimus and Bumblebee. That was just really good about this film that I liked. It's just those two fighting off, like two Autobots clashing each other. And also with the letterbox like just like appearing and reappearing just like out of nowhere. They couldn't just make up their own minds. But I know they were trying to make it up to the IMAX theaters, so maybe that's the reason. So I mean, I didn't go to the IMAX theaters. I just went to only the Regal Cinema. So that was another problem. It keeps like just the screen popping out, and then it goes back to letterbox, and then it pops up again. It's just really annoying, especially if you watch it in 3D. That's gonna even make your eyes really tired and makes you a little dizzy. You're better off watching it in standard D, not 3D, unless you can handle it. So do I say this is the best Transformer movie ever? Not really. Most likely I just seem just to be just a fair Transformer movie, and I think they take the date for this month of June, like competing with Wonder Woman. I think it was a bad move for them. They could have done it a little later, like putting it either in August or September, and that way it didn't have to compete with any of the big movies that are going to happen, especially with Wonder Woman. So just to rate this film for Transformers The Last Night, I would have to give this a 6.5 out of 10. It's kind of a fair Transformer movie and was supposed to be the finale, but with Michael Bay doing his usual, just make everything exploding and humans being more the main characters and the Transformers being the secondary characters, most likely I just want is a true Transformer movie. But I'm glad it's over, and there is going to be a 6th Transformer movie, but Michael Bay isn't going to be involved in it, so thank God. And definitely with the Bumblebee spin-off that's going to happen soon, I'll be looking forward to see that. I just love where the visual effects, the Transformers, and the action. That's it. Storyline, I just felt it was just jumping and scrambling, and it was too much that was happening. And there is a surprise ending, like during the first credit ending scene. Yeah, I'll be looking forward when it comes on Blu-ray and DVD. And this is P.M.R.Bonez88 signing off and saying is... Peace!